فَافْسَحُوا, make space for them. يَفْسَحِ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, Allah will make space for you. Every masjid should purchase a sanitary wheelchair cover and then assign a person from the masjid to place that wheelchair cover on the wheelchair so they can bring that wheelchair in the masjid. That's how you include brothers and sisters with disabilities. Every masjid should have tiles alongside the corners of the wall, so you don't even need that sanitary wheelchair cover. The person with the wheelchair can just go on alongside the tiles. That's how you include brothers and sisters with disabilities. فَافْسَحُوا, make space for them. That's the right thing to do. One brother said, Imam, I understand you're trying to raise awareness, and that's good enough. That's nice and dandy, but look around. I don't see any brothers or sisters with disabilities. Why are you talking about this? That attitude right there, that's the reason why they don't come. You're not making space for them. You don't speak to them with the proper terminology. We are educated on many different sciences, but we need to get educated on this topic as well, because it makes a huge difference as far as stigma and how the world views people with disabilities based upon the terminology that we use. Notice I said people with disabilities. When speaking with a person with a disability, you put the first person first, and then the disability. Or you don't even have to bring up the disability. You don't refer to a person with a disability as that blind person, that mentally retarded woman, or that amputee. Instead you say that person who is blind. That person who has a disability. By putting the person first before the disability does not define the person. By putting the person before the disability does not define the person. And then we have politicians, a politician who mocks a reporter with special needs. And he wants to lead our nation. May Allah save this ummah from electing a corrupt president. When you speak to a person with a disability, you need to speak to him or her at his or her level. So once you find out that his or her level, you find out this is their level, speak to them at that level. I was interviewed to tutor a student, a middle school student with autism. I went to the house. First time a child with autism saw me, he grabbed my beard. I started pulling it. Immediately, the mother of the child, she politely grabbed his hand and said, Justin, hands to yourself. Hands to yourself. And he let go of my beard. I said, Mom, why does he have a beard? Like I said, when you speak to people with disabilities, you need to speak to them at his or her level. So I got down on one knee, eye-to-eye level. I said, hi, Justin, my name is Mr. Udin. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Udin. Why do you have a beard? I said, that's a very nice haircut you have. A real boha. Why do you have that kind of haircut? Oh, this is my style. I said, okay, see my beard? This is my style. Rule number 1, no touching beard. He's a great kid, actually. He understood. In addition, don't assume that a person with a physical disability also has a cognitive disability, motor impairment, or speech impediment. Don't assume a person with a physical disability also has an intellectual disability. Twice I've seen adults go to parents with cerebral palsy and say, what's wrong with your son? And the son is right there. What happened to your son? Was he born that way? Speak to the child directly. He can hear you. He can understand. He can understand you. He can speak with you. And once they do take the time to speak with with people with cerebral palsy, Once they do take the time, they realize, oh, this person is more educated and intellectual than myself. Just because their bodies aren't working fully, it doesn't mean their brains aren't. A person with a physical disability, he or she is much more than that. They're much more than that. It doesn't mean they're strange. It doesn't mean they're weird. They're human beings just like you and I. And you can make their life easier by getting to know them and treating them with respect. May Allah Ta'ala make us amongst those who include our brothers and sisters with disabilities. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah. There is a non-profit organization that strives to create a better understanding of disabilities. And that organization is called Muhsin. Muhsin. There are some steps that we can do to ensure that our masjid, not just this masjid, but every masjid, becomes Muhsin certified. We should make sure that our masjid has wheelchair accessibility through ramps and elevators. We should have khutbahs and events on special needs a couple times every year. The restroom and the wudu area should be accessible. In case they're standing, there should be something that they can hold on to so they don't fall. There should be sign language interpreters for select khutbahs and lectures. We should have the Quran in Braille available. We should have training and education on how to interact with people with disabilities. We should have classes for individuals with special needs. And you're asking, where are they? If you have these classes, I guarantee you they will flock to the masjid. It happened in Naperville. They said the same thing. Where are they? They started having classes for people with special needs. They started flocking to the masjid. So in 6 months, inshallah, I will hope to achieve these goals. And since we're a team, we're a community, I'm hoping that you can help me achieve these goals as well. This shows that we're not just here to listen to a talk, to get motivated. We're not just here to talk. But we are a ummah of amal. We are a nation of action. Very beautiful to see the brothers and sisters donating water bottles to the Michigan Flint water crisis. They are replacing the pipes with lead. Completely, they're contaminated. They're an ummah of action. You raise awareness through khutbahs, you get motivated through the khutbahs, but then when it's time to rise up and do something, in shizu, get up and do something. Last thing, put yourself in the shoes of parents who have disabilities. If you ever speak with them, the burden on these families is tremendous. They think about, should I even bring my child to the masjid? I don't want to explain myself to someone who may ask a ridiculous question or a sensitive comment. Let them stay at home. It's financially destructive. Medication is expensive. They have to remodel their homes. Rents. So for these reasons and many more, the masjid must open up our door. Our task is not to abasa, to frown. Our task is not to tawalla, to turn away. Our task is not to put them in the back. Our task is to make space for them. We make space for them. Yafsahillahu lakum. Allah will make space for you. Quick recap, number one, don't disrupt someone when they are involved in a private meeting. A quick salam, a quick smile is okay, but anything more than that, and you are disrespecting the time of the client. Number two, don't just have sympathy with people with disabilities. They don't need your pity. Have empathy. Use proper terminology when you're speaking with them. Don't assume that a person with a physical disability also has a cognitive disability. And number three, the last advice is for my respected listeners who have a disability. Having a disability shouldn't make you seem like you're damaged goods. It shouldn't ostracize you from the community. You teach us. Valuable lessons. That's right. You, brothers and sisters with disabilities, teach us valuable lessons on maintaining a positive attitude, on gratitude, and appreciating the little things in life. May Allah Ta'ala make us amongst those who are grateful. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله. الحمد لله أهل الحمد والثناء المتفرد بنداء الكبرياء المتوحد بصفات المجد والعلاء المؤيد صفوة الأولياء بقوة الصبر على السراء والضراء والشكر على البلاء والنعماء وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا